Vous êtes à l'écoute de la RTL, le réseau de la bonne nouvelle. Prédication, enseignement, prière, divertissement, dans le plus saint environnement. RTL, le réseau de la bonne nouvelle.
Hello everyone and welcome back to your favorite show on Tele.
Yay!
We missed you guys.
Yes, we have.
We weren't here last Sunday. I was not feeling well. My nose was running.
Pollen.
Yeah, I think it was the pollen. The funny thing is my nose was running for just that day. I was like, dang, was I not supposed to do the show today?
One day sickness.
I woke up last Sunday. My nose was just running. I was doing worship team. Nose was running. Thank God I had on a mask so nobody could see it.
Okay, good.
But I didn't want to be on the show sitting next to you. Girl, it's COVID season. I don't want people thinking I'm sick. I wasn't. It's pollen season. So anyways, yes, you guys, welcome back to the show. Of course, we are your hosts, Jen and
Emma.
And we are glad and very happy to be here with you all this afternoon. But of course, before we start, we're going to do a short prayer and then hop into our segments. Heavenly Father, I come before you at this time, Lord, to thank you. I thank you for being a good father. I thank you for being our provider. I thank you for being our friend. I thank you for being everything that we need you to be, Father. Thank you for giving us life. Thank you for breathing life into our lungs. Thank you for renewing your grace and your mercy so that we could be here at this given moment, Father. We're about to speak on this platform, Lord. I ask that you guide our words. May you guide everything that comes out of our mouth, Father, so we don't say anything, Father, that can offend people or even pull people away from you, Lord, but let us say things that are wise and let us say things that are helpful. I ask that you be with those who are listening to us this afternoon, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
So Emma, how have you been?
I've been good, honestly. Well,
what's new?
There's a lot going on, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
Okay, that's fine. That's a first.
Guys, I'm in the middle of reinventing myself, okay? I'm going through life, I'm going through emotions, and I just feel like I'm at a point where I just need to live it. You get me? I just need to live it. I just need to see where I'm going before I can tell people, oh, this is how life is going, because apparently when I think it's going one direction, it never goes. It goes good, but just not the way that I thought.
Not the way you planned it out to be. That's why I would say move in silence, girl.
I know.
Don't even tell nobody your plans or what you have going on, because when it doesn't work out, then you end up looking like Boo Boo the Fool.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna just stop sharing for the rest of my life until that, because there's no point looking dumb. I would tell everybody.
You learned your lesson,
girl. You tell everybody I'm gonna die at 86. I'm still alive at 97. Looking at everybody in the face like, what happened to you dying at 86, sis? I was wrong. I don't need these embarrassments in my life. Sit down and eat my food, girl.
I'm glad you learned your lesson.
Yes.
So, my week was good. What did I do this week? Nothing eventful. However, I have been gaining weight.
Yay.
I'm very, very happy. It took me forever to gain weight. It took me I think I've been trying to gain weight. Well, not really trying to gain weight, but not look too terribly skinny. I know people are like, girl, you're still skinny. I was skinnier though. I've gained weight. I gained let's see. I fluctuated around 118 to, no, my lowest was 116. Because I was sick for about like 5 years, which is a whole nother testimony that I'll share. But I I was so skinny because I was always losing blood. So I never really got over 122. I would always fluctuate between 160 to 122, and now I'm at 128. My goal is 130. I might try to get to 135.
Okay.
So I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. Is that your BMI?
I don't know. I just, whatever the scale tells me, girl. I don't know.
Girl, just be careful.
BMI, what, body mass index?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know what that is.
You need to, you know why? Because you might go to 135 and you're just fat. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. That's what happened to me.
What do you mean?
You don't want to join this club, girl. It's kind of hard to get.
I don't know. I kind of, part of me feels like I'm just naturally small, but a lot of people tell me maybe after I have kids in the future, I'll probably get bigger after that. But I don't know. I honestly feel like I'm naturally small because, you know, my uncle, he's just naturally small, but that man can eat. He eats a lot. So I'm like, fingers crossed.
Wow.
I hope I stay small.
And you know what's crazy?
Because I don't eat healthy. I eat like fat. I like fattening foods. So, girl, I would hope I don't get big.
Wow, that's crazy. And I can see why they would tell you that you would get big after you get married, because your body, you know, your organs move around to make room for the baby. So, and the baby takes a lot of energy from you, and you're not gonna be the same after you have a child. So they might take a portion of your metabolism or something like that away. You get me?
Yeah.
So I can see why they say that.
That's true. My mom was also really small though. When she was around my age, my mom was probably skinnier than me. Yeah.
I feel like everybody was skinny before America.
That's a whole nother story within itself. Everybody
before America.
Everybody was small because the food here is so, it's not organic, it's not natural, it's mostly just fattening with several calories. So a lot of people do blow up after the fact.
And I've even heard people say that the bread we eat here in America, either it be like a sandwich, pizza, if it's just bread period that comes from this country, it doesn't really finish growing. It finishes growing inside of you. And it's like because the bread is still growing in your body.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's why you notice how when people go on keto, they don't cut out meat, they cut out the bread.
Yeah, the carbs.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but when they cut out the pasta and bread, and even if you're not doing keto, I've kind of noticed that because when I went vegan a few years ago and I was losing mad weight, there was a point where I would eat meat because I would be feb, but I didn't touch bread and I was still losing weight like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was at a point where I had to eat meat because I was like working in a factory. So I was like, okay, I can't keep this up if I'm not eating something to sustain me. But tell me, too much with bread, I was just like, let me just eat. Like I would eat fish, you get me?
Yeah.
And shrimp. So I wouldn't really eat red meat or anything like that. So, but I would notice that I would still lose weight like water. I just didn't touch the bread.
Wow. Yeah. That's good to know. But yeah, that's the only eventful thing that I wanted to share with my updates. But anyways, moving on to the first topic or the first segment, we're going to be talking about the Black Lives Matter movement. Personally, let me just say this. As a person who identifies as Black, because obviously when I'm out in the street, people will automatically just put me in that category because I mean, we're Black. Yeah. I don't agree with the movement. Never have. I feel like people just rush into things that they don't even know what it's about. I'm not the one to rush into anything. Just because I'm Black doesn't mean I'm automatically gonna be in that Black Lives Matter movement. And also from a Christian point of view, I also, that it kind of turns me off because of some of the things that they support. As a Christian, let me not say I don't really, because I don't at all. I don't support LGBTQ, transgender, transsexual. I have love. I love everyone. I just don't support the lifestyle. Yeah. They support that. They also support feminism. I'm not a fan of that group either. Yeah. So I just don't agree with a lot of the stuff that they have going on. But anyways, what we wanted to talk about is the co-founder. Let me read the post, you guys. Let me Let me find the screenshot and just read the post because I don't want to say anything that's not true. Okay, so it says the BLM co-founder buys $1 million home in neighborhood with black population of less than 2%. So this is what she's doing with the money that is being donated to the movement. Y'all see what she did? And I heard it's not, she just doesn't have one house. It's not just one home. I've heard she has like 2 or 3 homes, and she's buying them in neighborhoods that barely even have black people. So my whole thing, you see, and this is, black people are so hot and just so too excited to be in every movement that has blacks, anything black related in it. You guys are donating money. I mean, granted, I don't know what positive things she's done because I haven't really done research. But the fact that she's buying houses with the money that's being donated, that just kind of set me off a little bit because I'm like, out of all the things you could have done with this money, you guys are so about black lives. Y'all could have paid, she could have paid somebody's tuition, could have helped somebody get into school, could have helped a struggling black family. There's so many struggling black neighborhoods in America. You could have did something there, but you're buying money. So what's your take on it, Emma? Emma's just shocked. It was shocked. Are you that speechless? Guys, Emma doesn't even know what to say. I was shook too. But I'm happy I never took part, and I'm happy I never donated either. Cause I honestly I never really understood the point. I was like, what do you guys need donations for? I was just like, what is my money going towards? And this lady is really buying property, buying homes. Homes, plural, more than one.
Sorry, guys, I wasn't ready for that. What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you have to take a breather?
Yeah. What a scammer. Yeah. Sorry, I had to take time to really ingest what Janice is saying. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just dramatic.
She's so dramatic, you guys.
But what the? I'm saying Z like. Okay. I don't want to say anything. You know, now we have a culture, a generation where people like to blast people.
Sure do.
Somebody but there is somebody that is part of the BLM, and she's very well known. She's been mentioned in a few rap songs. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about.
I don't listen to rap, so
okay. So I'm gonna tell you after the show who it is.
Okay.
I don't want to say the name because this person is very famous. They're in commercials. Before that person blew up on the black protesting pro-black, black movement segment, black activists, before that person became a well-known black activist, she used to follow me on Instagram. She used to be my friend. Like, I would comment on her pictures and she would comment on my pictures, like my stuff, really support me. But this is back when I was doing makeup professionally. And I watched her get big. Now she's being mentioned by Beyonce. People will know who she's a big deal.
Wow.
And it's funny to me that person, she's also a part of the BLM movement. I noticed that when she got famous, she stopped talking to me. And I've heard a lot of people complain about her and the BLM movement, but I didn't know that they were doing that with the money. The thing about it is, I'm not saying that if you're an activist, you need to be poor. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying is this a non-profit or for-profit organization? Because it seems to me like BLM is for-profit.
Yeah.
And it seems to me as...
But I wouldn't be surprised, not to cut you off, I wouldn't be surprised if it was for-profit because they know black people just... Something like that, why wouldn't they support it? It's just the same way when Obama was running for president. black people just voted for Obama
'Cause
because he was black.
Uh-huh.
They didn't even care what Obama was saying. They didn't care about
What he
his
stood
stance,
for.
what he stood for. Most black people still to this day don't know what Obama stood for. Their only thing is he's black. I'ma support it. So I wouldn't be shocked if they secretly did it for profit because they knew black people would flock to it.
But here's the thing: black people have this, and this all goes back to stunt on you culture. Why is it that BLM opened the doors for the members of the organization, but the family of the victims are still in the hood? The family of the victims are still, still in the same position, same place. The thing is, we're donating for what? Is there a corporate office? Like, what do you do exactly that I'm donating to? The thing is, let me tell y'all, when this whole BLM thing started last year, I'm not high, okay? But I felt kind of one put. I did not go anywhere. I did not march. I see my cousins go march. I sat there and I looked at everybody in the face. I'm not going out there. The thing about it is, I'm not going to deny injustice in America. But we need to set something clear. And, you might blast me for this. People might blast me, but there's the truth. Let's not act like Kopotman Munwana Itazni is the best. Let's not act like, I'm not saying that they don't get lied on. I'm not saying that it's not unjust. I'm not saying that it's not racist. But Gere Munwana Itazni, ukopote call no façon, you make yourself a target. You get what I'm saying? You make yourself a target. When I'm looking at a lot of the gen now, and I'm looking at Kopot Moyo with the sagging, the way that they're rocking their dreads these days, like that nasty, you automatically look like me as a black person. I'm not even white. I'm looking at you like, that's a vagabond. That person's gonna steal from me. I'll lock my door. And I'm black. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you carry yourself. You look like a vagabond, but want to say I'm not a vagabond. What? But you people take you for face value. People take you, if you already know that
the label's already there.
Yeah.
If the label's already there, I mean, sadly the label's already there, but since the label is already there, conduct yourself.
Thank you.
Don't make yourself a target. The label's there already.
Exactly. Don't make yourself a target, because let's talk about it. Yes, there's racism in America. Yes, there's injustice. But when I'm analyzing, some of them are wrong. Like Trayvon Martin was just wrong. You get me? George Floyd is wrong too.
Most of the recent ones, if not all, the ones that have been going viral as of lately,
they are just straight up wrong.
Wrong criminals, and those people. But thank God George Floyd's murderer, he's locked up. Some people are criminals.
Yeah, some people are criminals. Like, the thing with George Floyd was straight up wrong. But had he not given that $20 bill, that fake 20, he probably would have police. Because that's what started the whole thing. Was you wouldn't be in that situation had you tried to not give a fake $20 bill. Here's the thing: stop acting like you live in Africa. This is America. We have a target on our backs as black people. Even as a person born in Haiti, I'm living here knowing, because of the history, I have a target in my back. Even though it's not my history, I know that I have a target on my back as a black person.
Automatically, yeah. It's automatically there.
I do not do things to put myself in a position to
I know, and there's some people who are still acting out, because if I'm not mistaken, I didn't even really look into this recent story, because black trauma honestly depresses me to the point where
the black community,
when the George Floyd thing first came out, I deleted my Twitter. I can't do stuff like that, really. Like, it messes with my mental. But the recent story, wasn't there a young lady who was stabbing someone? I think she got shot.
That girl tried to run with a knife. Yeah.
And let me say this, that really, I guess, divided people who are in the Black Lives Matter movement. Because some people were saying, I don't want to say that's what she gets. They weren't really saying that, but they're kind of like, well,
yeah,
she did it to herself. And then there's other people who are like, arrest the officer, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Honestly, that, for me, this is my opinion, that wasn't a race thing.
Yep.
She had a weapon. She had a knife charging at somebody
To
else.
go kill them. Let me
She
tell
was
you.
what? I mean, I honestly don't see what else the officer could have done at that point, because she was so close to the other person she was about to stab. He can't tase her, because the cop was kind of far from her. There was some distance. I'm not saying the girl deserved to die. That's sad. She was a child. How old was she? 13?
I think so.
She was a baby.
Man,
But at the same time, and then another thing that kills me too, there was several people around. No one's gonna go grab her and tell her to stop.
Here's the thing. Her father was kicking a little girl. The father needs to be charged. You kicking somebody in the head, a woman at that. We're African American. You engagé. Let me just say that much. Not all of them, but ça qui action you engagé pour ces garçons pour buy. These are girls that are in the same age group. You kick a woman in the head as a grown man. You see girls are fighting. Wow, okay, they came to her door. Wow, pa just fell up and I will lock pit to one down. The police they can't break into the house.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
As a parent, what?
Your daughter runs out. Here's the thing. She saw the police coming. What was the point of running with the knife? They were coming. The police is outside of their car. You run with the knife trying to stab somebody. Had it been your child that was about to get stabbed and she got shot, you would have been happy. Because it would have either been your child is dead by being stabbed or she's dead by being shot. It's sad that it got to the point where she was shot, but that one was to protect somebody else's life.
That's terribly sad, but
and it was to protect the black person. For the people that are saying, oh my God, it's racist.
But the other girl,
he shot her to protect the black person.
That's someone's daughter.
Exactly.
And she was about to get stabbed.
Exactly.
What else was he? I'm not saying it's right. It's terrible that she had to pass. It is. But I mean,
a long time ago, I used to really believe, going back to what I was saying with the BLM person that I used to talk to, I've heard a lot of complaints about, and I'm saying this story because what happened to me with her, a lot of people are saying that she's not sincere, she's looking for fame. It seems to me like when it comes to black organizations, not all of them are like this, guys, by the way, keep that in mind. But BLM, I don't support them because it's hypocritical. Because from the beginning, people were like, these individual leaders of the BLM movement are out for themselves. And I had my own personal experience because as soon as the person got famous, you despise somewhere.
Yeah.
So you were just looking for fame. You get me? Why is it that you're making millions of dollars off of this movement?
Yeah.
You're being invited to a breakfast club. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. The thing about it is, I'm pretty good at smelling BS from a mile away. And if I don't address it, it's not because I don't see it. I just choose not to say nothing. But there's certain things that I see, though, I'm just not going for it, especially with black people in America. I came into this country. Let me tell y'all something about the black community in America. Growing up in the early 2000s, African Americans were not the nicest. Let me start off with that. They were not the nicest people. They're mean. For some, I don't know why, they're really, really mean people. They are not nice. They're really mean. They humiliate you for any little thing, for the clothes you wear, the shoes you wear, whatever. The thing about it is, I feel like there's a lot of anger and hate within the black community. And honestly, I don't blame them. And the reason why I say I don't blame them, I'm realizing that out of all the black countries in Mukina diaspora noir, like in the black diaspora, I feel like they have it the worst. Because not only is America incredibly racist, but the system constantly keeps their foot on these people's neck. And it's like they have no other option but to pin each other against one another.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the whole, yeah, I'm poor, but I'm not homeless. You get me? It's like everybody in life, this is just human nature. You're always going to want to find somebody that you're better than. You get me? You find somebody that you're superior to. That's just human nature. And I feel like in the black community, because you're so quince, they have no other option but to release their anger out on each other because they can't really release it on the people that they want to release it on. But so they do it to each other. The thing about the BLM movement, how can I say this? Yeah, it's wrong. Like that guy that got shot by the police, that woman, she was wrong for that. But why were you running into your car for and trying to drive off? How many times have we got stopped by the police? I've never acted like that. You get me?
Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. If we as a community already know that there's a label against us,
a target on your back.
We have no other choice but to act correct, which sucks. I remember not too long ago, my dad had a talk with me and my siblings, just telling us, if you get pulled over, act correctly. Don't try to fight off the officer. Whatever they say, you just agree. Even if they, take you to so-and-so, just agree, just comply. And it's sad, but that's the reality.
I've been getting pulled over since I was 18. Look, I ain't never done. Sometimes 3 times a year for speeding.
Girl, I got pulled over once.
Really?
And then he let me go because I have a clean record by the grace of God.
But you see what I'm saying? I've been getting pulled over, guys. The last time I got pulled over was 2 years ago. I'm waiting for that ticket to get off my account this November. But just to show you, what is it about? Okay, I'm black, you're black. What is it about their experience that's different from ours that they're always... And I'm noticing, I never heard a Haitian got murdered. We're black. I never heard African got murdered. I never heard... And I'm not saying they don't get murdered, but not by the police. It's always African American. Here's the thing. When the police pulls over these people, they don't know their background. Why is it only African Americans that are dying in the hands of the police? I may be wrong, but it's like... What?
Well, even if there is some, let me just say, it doesn't go viral as to when it's like an African American.
Yeah. That it's wild, man. It's wild. And honestly, African Americans, as a black person, we need to change. We really need to change the way that we are. You know why I say that? Because look how many years we've been fighting for justice for the black community. We've never gotten it. We try to get bills passed, all that stuff. It doesn't happen. But look what happened with the Asian Lives Matter. They just passed a bill that Asian hate is a crime. I'm like, that's wild.
That was quick too.
That was quick.
That was so
y'all noticed that. Y'all have to understand something. It doesn't matter if you're black and married to a white woman. It doesn't matter if you're black and you're married to another race. Black is black. Not only are they coming after the dark skins, they're gonna come after the mixed and the biracials too. It's not. They don't have a problem with black people. They have a problem with the black DNA. That's what it is. This is not we're killing black people. When I say we have a target on our backs, they're trying to exterminate the black gene from the face of the planet. It's an attack on the black genetic. They're trying to extend us. Some people think, oh, if I marry a white woman, I have a mixed race child.
Escape it.
You're not escaping nothing, because the last boy, the guy that got his car, his mom was white. I was surprised to see that.
I don't think I heard about that one. And you see, there's so much. These days. It's
you think you're safe because you had a mixed child? No, baby. All you did was just bring somebody else's, another racist child into the black problem. That's all it is. You just brought another race into the black problem. Welcome to the fight. Yeah. If you're a white woman, a Spanish woman, an Asian woman,
the target's still there.
The target is not on your child's back. Welcome to the fight. We're all fighting this. This is a fight to not... What they did to the Jews, they're trying to do to the black, but in another form. And I kind of see it. We have to go call it out. But black people, we have... If you know that... Mun pavle well, mun gayu. And this is why I love Haitian people. Quand on humilier Haïtien, on fois, on va deux fois, on va trois. Ou bien, si vraiment gagner, on va deux fois. The thing with African Americans, our backs are against the wall. With the Asian Lives Matter movement, that says everything I need to know about my position in this world. That means they're willing to protect everybody else. But it's us they have a problem with. And if they can kill a mixed person whose mother is white, that tells me everything that I need to know.
Yeah.
When they're done with the blacks, they're going to go after the mixed. Because they're not. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you're safe. The thing about it is this. We need to change as a community. If they're saying, oh...
No, literally as a community. Because another thing I was about to say, too, Black people within ourselves in our community, we're killing each other.
Exactly.
So that's another thing, and that's why some white people don't understand. Let me not say only white people. People of other races, period, don't really understand the Black Lives Matter. Granted, it was created to speak about the injustice of police brutality, but at the same time, we can't avoid that we're killing each other. When you go into Black neighborhoods,
We're mean to each other.
You guys are murdering each other. Gangs are murdering each other. What about we can't be asking other people
to love
for
us.
justice, and then when you get into our communities, we're doing the same thing to each other.
And here's the thing too. This is why I said what you're just saying is quoting what I just said. That's why I said, guys, when I was a child, they were always mean. That's exactly what it is. It's that meanness, that hate towards each other. How can you not respect or love the one qui semble, the one who look like you, but you expect the ones who completely look different from you to like you? That doesn't make any sense. You don't care about the people in your house accepting you, but you want to go across the street to somebody completely different and ask them to accept you. What sense does that make? No. Black people, we need to change.
And change starts with us first, within our communities.
Exactly.
Because listen, if we don't get our communities together, we're not going to get respect. Look at the Asians.
Exactly.
They respect each other as a community. They build as a community. So other people, other races
have to respect
them as well. But with us, it's like, I honestly think low-key it's kind of, I would say Black people kind of in general, because even if you look at Black people in Haiti, Haiti's not the best either.
Girl, you know what?
I don't know what it is with...
Okay, Haiti's not the best, but I'm going to say this about Haiti, and I'm going to give them the hat. We're not on that level, though, as African Americans. Every Black country does have the problem. That's true. Let's tell the truth.
Girl, no.
We're not on African American level. Even with colorism, they take everything to the next level. Even this is why I'm not joining TikTok at all. This new thing where apparently, and it be the people with I saw this boy's TikTok that was like, this is a dark-skinned Black guy who has nappy hair. And he's like, and I say nappy hair because it's just a bit too good to deadly. He's like, I don't want her if she's dark skinned, nappy headed. I'm looking at him like, wait a minute.
I really feel like people do that to troll. I think they do it to go viral. No, granted, it's wrong because there's a lot of them doing it.
No, it's wrong, and it's embarrassing because the world is watching.
True. And they used to do it on Twitter before they did it on TikTok. Really? Yeah, they did it on Twitter all the time. They do it to troll, but yeah, it does make us look bad.
This is all. This is what you're saying to white people. If you don't value each other, then why should we value you? They're not wrong.
Yeah, that's
wrong.
True.
They're not wrong.
That's true. Actually, I never saw it like that.
That's why when they kill Black people,
you'll never see a white person do that.
Exactly. That's why when they kill Black people, I don't say nothing.
I mean, no. I'm not going to say that. I will say something because a crime is a crime. Black, white, period. A crime is a crime, and I'm going to speak out.
A crime is a crime. Why is it that... Okay, let me say something. 90% of our rappers are murderers. They're not gangsters. They kill people.
I won't say 90.
90%.
Probably back in the day.
No, now.
They
kill people.
90 is a bit high. I don't.
How would you know? That's what I'm saying. You don't even listen. I'm out here to
90%, because I'm thinking about the rappers that are out now. I don't listen to it. But I have siblings who do. These little kids are not about it like they were back in the 90s.
Denise, hey.
Back in the 90s with all the real OGs, Ice Cube, all those rappers that was really about it. These new kids aren't about it like that. There are some who really are catching bodies, and they say it in their songs. They really are murdering people.
A lot of them are going to jail right now. A lot of big rappers are going to jail right now.
I'm not shocked because they make music and they literally give police
No, they found the evidence. They're finding evidence on them now.
That's how Bobby Shmurda got locked
Yesterday, I was giving an Uber ride. This little 18-year-old boy was talking about how his cousin, who's 16, just murdered somebody. They had the gun in the body. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's talking about...
That's what he said.
leave it to your mood, so them deal, so they could kill me and take the car, girl. No, I'm over here. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna drive you to downtown to the club so you can go shake that ass. I got better than with you.
Your mouth.
Sorry, guys. No, it's okay. My was when, no, I see. I don't need to get caught up in this crossfire, baby. May I say, passing my with pay money, my lighty, what is that for retirement? Listen, Janice, I used to be like you. Somebody else had to open my eyes, and I had to open my eyes by myself. It is true. You know why? Because you have to understand, we're also victims. We're gonna be victims. Right now, it's all funny because it's happening to African Americans. We're first generation Americans. Our kids are gonna be Americans. Eventually, we're not gonna be Haitian no more. We're just gonna be American.
No, I mean, I see your stance.
If we
but I'm also gonna have to say. No, when they kill someone, I don't say nothing. When I say I don't say nothing, as in not because I don't think it's not wrong. When I say I don't say nothing, I don't go and protest. That's what I mean when I say I don't say anything. I don't protest, because it's like you have to understand. You have to watch African Americans closely. These are people who make music about killing people, robbing people. That's what rap music is. I should know because I was bumping trap music on my way here. This is not right, but I was doing it. But it really is about killing. It's sex. Killing, that's all it is. Drugs.
And that's all they rap, and they really do it. And you know how they be like, oh, even if a rapper doesn't kill people, when they like, oh, I got you know how they have 50 people with them in their clique. They have 50 people who kills for them. They don't do the killing themselves, but the people who are around them carry guns for a reason. They'll be like, oh, I got shooters with me. They do. All they gotta do is say, go get that person for me, and you're dead. They're not gonna go out and do it because they're famous, but they have killers. When Kanye was calling out JT, it wasn't for just jokes. It's true. These people got killers who work for them. They won't do the killing themselves. But
of course not. They're not gonna get their
murderers. These people are murderers. You have to understand, the black community has the worst leadership ever.
I'm gonna have to say this though. When I'm speaking of black people, I'm putting myself in that category, because as long as you're in America, Haitian, African, if you're black, when you're walking down the street, they just see you as black.
I know.
So I don't want people to be like, oh, her parents are Haitian, so no, I'm black. Someone sees me in the street, I'm black.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born in America, so honestly, I'm American. I was born here and I'm black, so I'm in the category myself. So that's why I'm saying, if so and so were to happen to me, I know I would have to act.
I know, yeah. I don't want y'all to think that I'm taking myself out of it. We have to tell the truth. That's all I have to say. We have to tell the truth, because I couldn't see it years ago, but now I'm starting to wake up. We have a lot of problems. If we want to live and survive on this earth, we need to really start putting down the BS. You get me? We need to start killing it off. We need to really reevaluate who we're making famous. We have to reevaluate who we're giving our support. We have to really reevaluate who we're making the face of the black community, because all of that is giving other people reason. White people might do it to us out of racism, but Spanish people, Asian people, they're all racist to us too. There's really something that's going on that's making them, they're not all wrong for the reason why they like, oh, I don't like black people because they steal from us. I've seen videos of black people stealing hair from the beauty supply store, and then they're fighting off the Asian owner. Like, how are you gonna fight that person for what they own?
Yeah, and another thing we need to realize as a community, it's like one black person just represents all black people.
All black, and it's not
You can do something to an Asian, to a white person, that makes them view us all the same. All the same.
We all catch heat for one or two people.
Yeah, it's like we automatically have the stereotype. Because no, seriously, have you ever walked into a hair store and why do Asians always own hair stores?
I don't give them my business no more. Baby, I ordered my hair from Amazon. Y'all, she does without like you sit your butt at home. You sit your butt at home and order your hair from Amazon. Why was one figure more call? No, it happened to me. And as a black person, I face, and I call this secondhand racism, because for me personally, I don't deserve it. I've been facing racism in America for so many years. Now I'm just so used to when it happens, I don't flinch.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, a person can say something against you, that's one thing, but you proving them right in your action is another. As black people, we need to be tiptoeing. So I was watching a documentary about, there's a Haitian village in Mexico, right? And they were interviewing the people who live in that area, and the chief of police was like, I have the biggest respect for Haitian people. And I was surprised. He's like, out of the 10 years that the Haitian people have been living here, they've never called me one time because they stole, because they fought, because they did anything. He's like, I have a tremendous respect for Haitian people.
They didn't get caught. I'm just kidding.
Don't say that. No, as a Haitian person, that made me so proud, because I feel like if I were ever to be put in that position where I had to go to Mexico for refuge and I went to that town, I feel like I will be safe because of that respect.
Yeah.
So now that it's caught in camera and people know that Haitian people are good people, I feel safe there. My aunt she lives in Canada, and she was telling me about how in Canada, the people who are causing problems are Somalians.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, Somalians are the ones who are criminals in Canada. But Haitian people love Haitians. They respect Haitians because Haitians feel expel. I was like, that's crazy. The black community is viewed differently depending on what the majority or some of them are doing.
Yeah.
You have to understand something. 3, 4, 5 blacks, you're already in a country that doesn't want to see you. Probably will. 4 or 5 of you want to steal and do these things. You're going to see that we're all like that.
I know. It's true. I remember at my old job, I have a colleague. We still keep in touch even though we don't work there anymore. She's Indian. And then
I already know who you're talking about. I got heat for that, sis. I got a lot of heat for you.
I love her. I don't know what your beef is with her. Anyway,
She knows my beef with her is.
girls at her house and everything. I love her. We're still cool to this day anyways, but she keeps it real at all times, sometimes a little too real. But anyway, she was like, you know what? I like you. You're like a nice black person, because yeah, she kept it real. She kept it real. She said a lot of the ones that you run into, she did name somebody else's name who was African American who worked there at the time. She was like, you're not like so and so. You're not always mean. You're not blah 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 blah. So you see really how it takes one person to make a difference.
Thank you. Yeah.
It literally takes one person to make a difference, because we already have the stereotype.
And me and her, okay, when I see that me and this person have problems, she doesn't hate me, y'all. To her, I'm a dit. That's why I have a problem with her, because she takes me for dits. But I'd rather you take me for a dit than pamputret. You know what I'm saying? That means she sees them as threat. But
yeah, but the thing is, you see how she has that stereotype, and she's not even white. So I'm saying it's everyone who's not black, everyone who's not
against
black.
us.
See, even if they're not racist, at the end of the day, they still see black people in a certain light. It doesn't even matter if they're not racist.
Exactly.
Black people just have that stereotype, mean, bad attitude.
And if you're a black man who's married to a white, for some reason, black African American men love to say this: black women, you guys are the problem. Nobody made y'all sag. Nobody made y'all steal cars. Nobody made y'all drug dealers. Nobody made y'all do 90% of the stuff that y'all doing. So stop trying to put the blame on black women. Act like I would call na situation Shelly. Baby, Ula done too, because like I said, the last black person they killed had a white mom. So stop trying to scoot yourself out of the situation like, oh, it doesn't. The only people that I can stunt on are black women. After that, the whole world sees you for who you are. I was watching a podcast with these 2 black guys. It was going viral. These 2 black guys and those 4 white girls and that 1 black girl. I don't know if you saw that. When they were talking to that girl and they were like, oh, the reason why I do not date black women is because they don't know how to carry themselves. They're this, they're that, they're that. And they were telling this dark-skinned black girl, you're not like every other black girls. You're different. In my head, I'm thinking,
but you see the issue, how we're even divided within ourselves. That's what I was talking about.
Janice,
because you really never hear another race speaking poorly about their own people like that.
That's what I'm
trying to say. And if they do it behind closed doors.
That's what I'm trying to say. How are you mad at white people who doesn't look like you? How are you mad at them, but turn around and do the same thing to each other? You don't think that they don't see what's going on? So, okay, and another thing, there's a level of integrity that they don't have that it kind of bothers me. you don't think, okay, for the white men who like to date black women, you don't think they have a problem with white women? They do, and I've heard them talk about it, but they don't go around and make it a thing. Why is it that the black man has to be the one to go tell the whole world? You think they're looking at black women one way and you differently? They're not doing that.
Because the thing is, I don't think they understand when they're doing that. You're disrespecting your mother, your grandmother, your aunts, your sisters, every black
anybody
woman in
with
your
your
family.
DNA,
You're
and then
speaking badly about them.
And then as a black man, you reproduce with a black woman. I've never seen them going and become a part of the white community. They're automatically black too. And I've seen lighter skinned girls be more ghetto than black girls. They just don't say anything about it. But I've seen that with my own two eyes. The thing about it is, it's time for us to own up as a community. And
which is a very unpopular opinion.
I know y'all might roast me and fry me in the comments. I really quite frankly don't care because I don't read the comments anyways. For me to know. But y'all can come for me. I will never care. But it's the truth. You know why? I'm a black person. I'm going to have black children. And I don't want to always have to worry about, are my black children going to make it?
Yeah.
Because right now, what I see that they're trying to do with these Asian reform bills, all that stuff, they're trying to get every non-black, white people are trying to get every non-black person on their side and make the black person the common enemy for every race. That happens, I'm going to find me the nearest white man, marry him and adopt his children and take myself.
Here you
out
go.
Did you I'm not going down like this on earth, baby. I wasn't sitting here to go out like this. I'm gonna just slowly go through the exit door.
I'm over you. Let me know when you find him though.
You're trying to get on the boat, girl.
Casey has a brother.
Girl, I'll tell you one thing.
On that boat too.
Girl, and then my next offshore going back to Haiti. I'm about BT here. Me and the man, fellow Haitians, and take it here. You're not doing this to me. It's not going down. I'm gonna bring my butt back to Haiti. I'm gonna go through it with my people. But yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
In conclusion, you guys, back to, I mean, we really only talked about this one segment, but as a Christian, I think it's important to know what you're supporting. I feel like a lot of Christians just threw themselves in the Black Lives Matter movement. There's a lot of things included in the movement. You know what? Go on the website. I challenge you to go on the website and see for yourself, because there's a lot of things that as a Christian you shouldn't even be taking part in. So be careful with movements and stuff that you're supporting, because apparently people are taking donations and buying several homes with it. So be careful with what you're doing with your money, and be careful with what groups you plan on supporting. We're gonna leave you guys. What time is it?
But
somebody's calling me, like they know I'm doing my show.
But here's one thing that I do want to say. Even though I sat here and I blasted the black community, guys, it's not every black person that's like this. I don't want anyone to think that, oh, I'm anti-black. I'm not. To the black people who really are working to uplift themselves, I see you, we see you, and you know your efforts don't go unnoticed. But to the ones that are doing wrong, we all gotta pay the price, because somebody really is losing their son. Someone really is losing a brother, and you can't talk to them nice anymore. I feel like at this point you have to talk to them hard, because we all pay for it. Yeah, we all pay for it. And it's not like, oh, people are talking. No, we're losing our lives. You can't get that back. We are losing our lives. We're being marginalized in real life. You get me? And another thing too, as an Uber driver, it's been affecting business.
Really?
Yes. Asians don't want to ride with me. Asians do not want to ride with me. And I've been noticing that if I get an Asian rider, and when you order Uber, you see the person who's coming to get you.
Yeah, the picture
if
pops
it's
up
an
on the
Asian,
app.
yeah, if it's an Asian, they automatically cancel it on me. It's been happening to me since the Asian thingy. Yes.
That's crazy.
So, y'all, it's not this, I'm saying this because I'm out here really living it. Like, seriously. This is just the beginning. If we don't calm down as a culture and as a group, as a people, it's going to get worse. Because now it's not just white people looking at us. It's every other race moving up and leaving us behind. We don't want to, get left behind. So, yeah.
So, yeah, we got to represent each other well.
Exactly.
because one person can make that difference, as I stated earlier. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna leave you guys, and we'll see you guys next Sunday at 5 p.m. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Bye.